It's time for another installment of Flashpoint. This week, Justin Warmoth talks with Orange County Fire Rescue about PulsePoint.
Good morning, I'm Justin Warmoth. We know emergency situations can happen in an instant, and CPR can be a lifesaver. That's why Orange County fire officials are getting results by alerting help nearby before first responders arrive. And joining us today on Flashpoint, Kimberly Stewart-Horan, Division Chief of Communications for Orange County Fire Rescue, and Acting Battalion Chief of EMS, Dustin. Thank you guys both for being here this morning. Talk about this really cool product. We're talking about the PulsePoint Respond and PulsePoint AED, both life-saving apps. We're going to touch on how they work here in just a second. But first, Kimberly, tell us where this idea came from.
Well, I was attending a conference and I happened to hear the founder of PulsePoint, the PulsePoint app, giving a presentation. And part of the premise behind the creation of the app was to mobilize some of the off-duty first responders. And eventually this morphed into members of the community also being a part of this as they volunteered. And it reminded me when early on in my career, as a young dispatcher, you know, I had the opportunity on several occasions to actually meet some survivors of CPR, of effective citizen CPR, and that really took an effect or a really positive toll on my life to the point where I became an instructor. I went out and became a CPR instructor, and I taught members of my church. I made sure that my church daycare staff was trained, and my daughter's daycare, my daughter's Girl Scout troop, and young parents, and you know, anyone who had a desire or a need, I made sure that I was available. So all of that started coming back to me that this was a way to really get that out there in the community. So I was very excited to get back home and to share that with our fire chief, Chief Otto Drodes. And you know, much to my delight, he was very supportive and gave me the green light to go ahead and work with the vendor. And you know, we worked and made all of the interfaces, got everything together, and we were able to get that going. So I sit here today, you know, very honored to have been a part and bringing PulsePoint to our community.
I was reading about the app. It really is ingenious. A great idea. It sounds like, as you were just saying, you heard about it through, you know, the owner. Yeah. Heard the owner talking about it. I'm curious about how many other cities or counties have PulsePoint like installed throughout their system. You know,
PulsePoint is being used by communities nationwide, and it's something that is growing. I mean, it grows every day. So that number, I wouldn't be able to give you the exact number. It's something that is, again, but as far as our Central Florida, we are the largest community that has it available to our community and our visitors.
And Dustin, what's your experience been like working with PulsePoint?
You know, we've had a few calls where people have activated the app, and we've showed up and they're doing CPR. So they're doing the hands-only CPR, which really for us, from the citizen coming to fire rescue, coming together on that scene, that's really the most important part, is getting that hands-only CPR started quickly, and the arrival of an AED.
Absolutely. Let's talk numbers here. Both of you can answer. Maybe Dustin knows a little bit more, but two questions. How many Americans know CPR, and how often is CPR used during an emergency situation?
Well, I can't speak for the number of Americans. I know that there's a lot of agencies out there, the Red Cross, American Heart. I know that that's ingrained in a lot of the training that goes there. But as far as how that works, I forgot what your second question was.
Well, how often is CPR used during like an emergency situation?
A lot. Yeah. CPR has become kind of for emergencies. When it comes to the communication center, where they're now giving CPR instructions, we see that a lot. Where usually when whether it's outside of a home or inside of a home, someone has a phone and someone's giving the instructions that are being given over the phone. So we see it a lot.
Do you feel like it's less people that should know nowadays, or do you think it's at a good point as far as who knows CPR?
Well, I think it's a good point. I think what we're seeing is with social media and things like that, I think a lot of things like PulsePoint or anything that's has a technology associated with it, or an app, people are able to see that, hey, so-and-so used an app, or I saw this on social media, I saw this on Facebook, I saw this here. So we see it more and more. And of course the cell phone, everyone has a cell phone now. Right. So now all dispatchers, communicators are able to give instructions through the cell phone. So I think that's really what we're seeing is the connection of the cell phone, the app, and then the instructions are given.
Okay. And there are approximately, there's data out there that there are approximately 13 million Americans that are certified in CPR per year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so sit tight, you guys. We're going to take a quick break. We talked about what this app is, but we're going to talk about how it works and ultimately how it can save lives. Stay with us. Welcome back to Flashpoint. Today we're talking with Kimberly Stewart-Horan and Dustin Pierce from Orange County Fire Rescue. Before we went to break, we were talking about the PulsePoint app. Kimberly, we know what it is. Let's talk about how it works.
Okay. Well, you sign up for, just go to the App Store, and it works on both the iPhone, the iOS, and both the Android. And you would download the PulsePoint CPR and also the companion app, which is PulsePoint AED. And this app, anyone who is CPR trained, you download it, and basically you just say that you are trained and that you are willing to be alerted if you are close to a situation where a person is having a sudden cardiac event, and that you are willing to go. You get the address and you would perform CPR until emergency responders arrive.
Anyone. This is not off-duty firefighters, off-duty police officers. This is anyone who is willing to give their services because they know CPR.
Absolutely.
That is pretty cool.
And the app is very intuitive, and it is location aware, so it knows where you are, and it will alert you if you are. We have hours set if you're within a half mile of a location. And I would also like to point out that it's a public, so it would be a public event if someone is having an event in a public location.
Dustin, as far as experiences are concerned, have you seen any firsthand that, if that person wasn't able to get there, that was nearby, that was involved in the PulsePoint app, maybe that person who they were performing the CPR on didn't survive? Have you seen any of that happen, and do you expect to see that down the line? Yeah,
I mean, there's hands-only CPR is really what we've know now through medical science is really what's saving people. So we have seen where the hands-only CPR has definitely saved people. I just had an instance 2 days ago where someone was doing hands-only CPR in the parking lot. This turned out to be an overdose situation and probably saved the man's life. So hands-only CPR is really where the PulsePoint app comes together with that, where really your technical experience, it doesn't mean that you've had to done CPR on 25 people or you're an expert at it. It's just placing your hands on someone's chest, follow the instructions, and doing chest compressions until a first responder arrives. And
we were talking about other situations. You hinted on an overdose. Other than like cardiac arrest situations, what are some common emergencies calls that would go through the PulsePoint app?
You would have drownings, electrocutions. We just talked about the overdoses, and then of course the cardiacs.
Right.
So there are a number of episodes or events that would trigger the app.
And Dustin, I know when I was in school, CPR wasn't necessarily something that was a requirement of learning. It sounds like schools today are changing a little bit, right?
Especially here in Orange County. Last September we did World Heart Day, and we were able to work with a lot of the high schools here in the Orange County area and train thousands of children, seniors, and the ability to do hands-only CPR. UCF, when we launched the PulsePoint app, I know UCF at that level, they're also involved in the hands-only CPR. So yes, it's becoming something where, again, it's an app, so it's fun to have on your phone, and it's it's again deals with social media, and they're able to perform that potentially life-saving technique.
I guess the cynic, or whatever you can call it, in myself, I see this app being fantastic, but I also see people maybe signing up for it that are trying to be something that they're not. Rushing to the scene with their, I don't know, just getting there and acting like they are a first responder. Have you seen any incidents like that, or is this mostly people who just signed up and they just want to help out?
No, I really think that it's people who are signing up and they genuinely want to help out. And when this alert goes out, it doesn't just go out to one person. It goes out to anyone that is in the area. So the alert can go out to multiple people in the area. So, you know, the odds are you get in, you know, multiple people. So someone is going to respond that is going to be able to assist. And we talked about the companion app as well, the PulsePoint AED. So this app also will let you know the location of the closest AED to that person, so that you can also get the AED attached. And
yeah, that's a huge. It's massive.
It's amazing.
I mean, how quickly you can get somebody hooked up to one of those is the matter of life and death. And it walks you through it. It gives you the steps. Yeah, so the app can also give you the steps for CPR in case. I mean, this would be something that even if you've learned CPR, you know how it works. And as Dustin has mentioned, it's hands only. It's 2 steps, but this is something that you can be very nervous. So it can actually walk you through the steps. That's a part of the app. With the AED, it can also walk you through the steps.
Yeah, the AEDs have become automated now, so I mean, you don't have to be a technical expert in AEDs. The AEDs themselves will walk you through.
Let's talk more about the CPR aspect of it, Dustin. If someone like me, who has no experience in doing that, folks at home who may have never thought about getting certified in CPR, what would you recommend to them in learning how to do it, and where you would go and that sort of a thing?
Well, you can go on the internet. You can search CPR classes, CPR courses. There are a lot of private providers that will bring CPR training in your home. There are a lot of schools, technical schools here in the area, community colleges here in the area, state colleges that all provide CPR training. So it's just as simple as going online, searching, looking for a provider in your area.
You know, it is summer. Here in Central Florida, a lot of kids are out of school. Unfortunately, we have seen here in the news, I know you guys cover them as well, like every day it seems like another child is either drowned or it's been a near drowning situation. If someone finds themselves in that sort of a situation with their loved one or their neighbor, how would you recommend them going about the process when it happens until the time that first responders can get there?
I think the first key is prevention. Prevention in making sure that you have the appropriate fences around your pool, making sure that you have the chimes or something on your sliding glass doors or entryways into the pool. That's number one. The second part is teaching your children how to swim. So at an infant level, the flip and float, teaching the adolescents how to swim. When the unfortunate event happens, listen to what the dispatcher communicator is telling you, because they're trained in this. They do it every day, and they're reading cue cards, so they're able to go step by step with you. So listen to those instructions specifically. Yeah, it can be an easy time to panic, and that's the time you do not want to panic. All right, so if this app sounds like something that's right up someone's alley who's watching, like you said, iOS store, right? Go back over the ways to get that on your phone. Yes, you can just go to the App Store. And you sign up right there on the app? Absolutely. Okay. You put your information in there, and I'm sure all the age, date of birth, and all that stuff, right? Yeah, you just go through, and it walks you through it. Very easy, and it will ask you to find the agency, and that would be Orange County, Florida. Really cool. Yes. Well, and it's good for both Android and Apple, correct? It's Android and Apple. So for all those Android people out there. Yes. And then you can get further information about PulsePoint by going to ocfl.net/PulsePoint. All right. Well, really cool product that is being used here in Central Florida and Orange County. Thank you guys both so much for being here. Thank you. Kimberly Stewart-Horan and Dustin Pierce from Orange County Fire. We're going to have more news and weather coming up in just a few minutes. Stay with us.